Yo. Desfila. Lo mami.
Fox News alert, the judge denied Diddy's appeal to get out on bail after the music mogul and Democrat community organizer was charged with sex trafficking and racketeering for forcing women into freak-off sex parties with male prostitutes that he recorded, then keeping them quiet through violence and blackmail. The feds say the investigation's still ongoing, and Diddy's a flight risk who's tampered with witnesses before and could do it again if he's free. Diddy offered $50 million and promised not to have any women over his house if they let him out, but the judge didn't budge. So Diddy's spending his days in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, New York's most notorious jail. It's known for its barbaric conditions, stabbings, murders, suicides, blackouts, and lockdowns. For dinner, Diddy can eat turkey with boiled potatoes and beets. Sources tell TMZ Diddy's being isolated from General Pop because some inmates maybe see taking him out as a badge of honor. He'll get 1 hour of rec time a day and 3 showers a week, and has to wake up at 6 a.m. to make his bed and mop his cell floor. A few celebrities have spent time here: R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and our good friend Minnie Madoff. Diddy's lawyer says they're going to fight until the end, but the government's case looks rock solid. The prosecution has a mountain of evidence against them that they have from basically 300 grand jury subpoenas. The feds have materials from banks, tech companies, airlines, hotels, escort services, even Diddy's wealth management firm. They also have the testimony from dozens of witnesses and victims and evidence from Diddy's own electronic devices. The prosecution says they corroborated testimony about Diddy's freak-offs using travel records, payment records, and the videos. Diddy's alleged crimes go back years. In 2011, he kidnapped somebody at knife point and gunpoint so that he could break into a different person's house. 2 weeks later, someone in Diddy's crew found the victim's car, sliced open the convertible top, then dropped in a Molotov cocktail. Diddy's been running wild for at least 15 years, but he might not be able to slip out of this one. And he's only the first domino to fall.
If he gets racketeering and sex trafficking for freak-offs, it will be others involved.
Yes.
Like if you ever ran a train with Diddy, you're probably going to jail.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying, that, you know, that's possibly on those cameras because he had cameras in the crib. So people are thinking that maybe there'll be other people involved.
If you ever been butt naked anywhere with Diddy, or half butt naked with Diddy, and there was some women around or some men around that he told you were part of the party, you're probably going to jail.
Immediately after Diddy was charged, we started seeing record executives resign and retire. We're not saying it's all connected, but the timing's interesting. Stacey Richmond's a music industry attorney. Do you think it's a coincidence that some of these record label executives started retiring?
I don't know that it's a coincidence. I think that the evidence will reveal people who have concerns. So we don't really have those answers yet. Clearly, it may be an indication of concern, or maybe just time to move on to greener pastures.
Will Diddy rat people out?
That is a personal decision for any individual. And the question of ratting out, I think in the government's eye, he's the top of the iceberg. Now, the next question is, what does he know about others who may have participated with him, like the gentleman just said a few minutes ago? What's on those videos?
So if he spills the beans and says this record label executive financed these parties, this guy did this guy did that, would that maybe reduce the time he spends in prison?
It's a conceptual possibility. What you're talking about is something known as a 5K1. That would mean that he was cooperating. The government valued that cooperation, and they issued a letter, which would be a signal to the judge, give him a lower sentence, because unlike state systems, the prosecutor doesn't decide how much time the individual gets, the judge does.
Right, and he's looking at 15 to life. Have you spent time in this jail? This place does not look very nice.
It is not very nice. I've spent so much time in this jail that, God forbid anything happens to me, I think I get time served. I've been there many times. It is not a pleasant place, and many judges now, for lesser crimes, are refusing to send defendants there. And one thing you should be looking out for that was signaled today, the defense team, who are excellent, by the way, they will be making an application, as they started to today, to move him from MDC, the Metropolitan Detention Center, where he currently sits, to Essex County Jail. There's another possibility. They could also move him to Valhalla, which also is Westchester County Correctional Facility that also houses federal inmates.
You've had very wealthy clients serve time here.
Yes.
What's that like as a shock to the system to then go from this level to mopping your floor at 6 a.m. and eating turkey?
Well, like Icarus, you're flying by the sun, your wings melt, and now you're in a place that to you is an abysmal hell.
In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims.
And just two things I noted from the indictment that were interesting to your point, the discussion of video evidence. Now, it doesn't say, from what I read in the indictment explicitly, that there is video evidence different from the recovery of the lubricant and the firearms, but it does suggest from the way that it's written that there is video, potentially.
And I know I'm not supposed to say that part out loud, but some people need to be put down, like the dogs that they are. And I'm not saying that I'm calling for the execution of Diddy, but if it happened, I think the world might be a little bit better off.
Diddy's freaky past has officially caught up to him. The tapes we never thought would surface have been found, and what they reveal is way worse than anyone expected. We're talking about crimes that could put Diddy behind bars for life. This scandal is bigger than we imagined, and it's only just beginning. Brace yourself, because what you're about to hear will leave you absolutely shocked.
So, in order for you to be partaking in these things and doing all these terrible things,
it's so sad when you think about, obviously, all the accusations with the women, but Ray J, when you think about Justin Bieber just being a kid, and Justin Bieber hasn't said anything, we don't know what's true, what's not true, but I mean, were you ever around Justin Bieber, Ray J? Did you ever get any vibes that something inappropriate was going on with him and Diddy?
I've been around Justin Bieber and I've been around Diddy a lot of times, and I think that when you watch all of these videos that's out now and you try to, take one video that Justin Bieber was, having an issue about, and then you tie it in to the Diddy story, it gets all tangled up. I think until you hear from Justin or till you hear from, Usher, to really explain it, I think it's a lot of he say, she say. It's disturbing for sure. But I think that there's a lot of hype behind it, and I think that the more the memes, the more the stories, the baby oil stories, and the more people are joking about it, and then you tie in people's actual experiences, whether they were victimized or they went through something emotional, I think that those kind of things get distasteful, and I think it's getting out of control. And in this situation, with Usher and Justin, it's just sad that it's going viral like this without any real knowledge or real exact facts on what it could be. And I think that when you're young and you're in this game and you look up to people and you trust people and it goes the other route, I can only imagine, what people are going through at that very moment, but it's sad.
And every gay person is different, and I think that to speak the church, the black church or white church or any kind of church you want to call it, are all the same is totally. I'm okay because I never told you I was perfect. I never put down nobody. I got my own flaws and my own fault, but
T.D. Jakes has always been a pillar of faith and power, but his world is now unraveling. New footage from Diddy's party has surfaced, showing far more than anyone expected. Following a recent arrest, startling revelations about the two men's relationship are coming to light, and it's left T.D. Jakes scrambling for answers. What happened behind the scenes? And why is the preacher suddenly in a panic? Watch this video to uncover the secrets and hidden connections that are now threatening to drag T.D. Jakes into a scandal he may never recover from. But before we step into the current situation that has left T.D. Jakes facing even more public attention, we need to take a moment to understand the history between these two influential figures. T.D. Jakes and Diddy's relationship. Their relationship dates back over a decade.
No wonder Ben Affleck is divorcing Jennifer. The tape of her with Diddy at the party has left him humiliated. Recently, according to the arrested Suja Knight, The FBI obtained a plethora of shocking tapes during their raid on Sean Diddy Combs' mansion. When federal agents knocked on Ben's door and showed him the illegal tapes of his wife at Combs' party, Ben must have felt like the sky was falling. These tapes have made it impossible for Ben to view Jennifer in the same light. Additionally, some party photos have resurfaced. One of them shows Jennifer snuggled up with Combs on a giant bed, smiling blissfully. As early as 1999, Jennifer was involved in a nightclub shooting incident with Combs. Knight believes that Jennifer lied to protect Diddy, ruining Shine's life in the process. This FBI action may have made Ben realize he needed to distance himself from Jennifer before getting caught up in the whirlwind. Breaking up again is Ben's only option. 2 years ago, the entertainment industry celebrated Ben and Jennifer's reunion and marriage. 2 years later, their beautiful love story has come to an end once more. When they married in 2022, they both believed they would be together forever, so they had no prenuptial agreement. This has made their divorce inevitably messy. In September, Jennifer posted a photo with BEN written on it and then quickly deleted it. It seems that Jennifer doesn't want to end things so soon.